How we doing? Welcome to the Johnny Concert Podcast. I'm Johnny Concert.
There's Johnny. I'm Robert.
There's Ledbelly. Ledbelly! So we're going to wrap up 2025 today, but first we did Rob Reiner and Spinal Tap was our last podcast. And I wanted to go back, and I don't think I gave him enough credit for the movies he produced. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, Princess Bride was one of the cult classics of all time. And Stand By Me, Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. You kidding me? I don't know if I can.
Yeah, we did talk about Spinal Tap, but that was where we kind of left it. And yeah, he had a lot of collaborative works. And
well, the Spinal Tap fits in with the Johnny Concert theme, and so that's kind of why we did Spinal Tap.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, it was all relevant at the time. Again, we're coming down at the end of 2025. It's been a long one.
So the other thing about Rob Reiner I remembered was I went to the film festival one year at Denver Film Festival, and it was a movie by Woody Allen called Bullets Over Broadway. It was John Cusack and Ches Palminteri and a couple others in there. Rob Reiner's in there. Rob Reiner plays like a beatnik village in the village of New York City, and he's one of those people that loves jazz and loves to tell you how he's more intelligent than you are, more sophisticated and such. And so John Cusack is producing a play, and the play he needs backing. So it's a mobster, Ches Palminteri, to back him on the condition that Chaz is his character's wife, who's the worst actress in the history of the world, gets to play the lead role. So it's quite humorous. But there's a part in the movie where Rob Reiner calls John Cusack at 3 a.m. and says, "I figured it out, the meaning of life, come quick." And John Cusack jumps out of bed and puts all his clothes on. He just runs down to the restaurant, and Rob Reiner's sitting on the patio of this restaurant eating and drinking. And John Cusack says, "Okay, what is it? Tell me. He got me out of bed for this whole thing. What's the meaning of life?" He's like, "I figured it out." He says, Rob Reiner says, "You got to do what you got to do. That's the meaning of life." John Cusack's like, "You got me out of bed for that? You got to do what you got to do?" It was pretty funny. But Rob Reiner played a great part in that movie. It was funny stuff. So anyway.
The two movies you just referenced are emphasized. I didn't even see, but yeah, sorry.
Well, and then do you know what's craziest? I've never seen The Princess Bride. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you're saying. No way, Johnny Concert, you've had to see everything. But no, that's the one that got by me somehow. So it's on the list now, though. You better believe it.
Yeah. I heard a lot about industry accolades and whatnot, and everybody gained in admiration, if you will, due to his it being a successful movie. I think is a lot about that, and it is kind of who you know. He's been in Hollywood his whole fucking life, but
true. Well,
and of course you can actually read into a lot of that humor. Is like you're saying, it sort of evolves around certain things that were already in his life.
Absolutely, it does.
But hey,
I kind of gave him a lot of shit. I remember on the podcast, and I just want to make sure to give him the accolades due.
Sure, putting out there things that people relate to is basically why the industry, a lot of people's reverence for it is, showing life as we expect it to be shown. Or, something we can relate to. Well,
Princess Bride is one of those movies people watch 100 times, People that love it just love it.
But the best part of that, our closest association was, of course, that Spinal Tap, which is very based on rock and roll and humor. And hey,
man,
slight the guy after he did something so legendary, awesome. So
yes, so
we never slighted him. It was sorry to say that it was a real sad situation there.
Anyway, yes, rest in peace, Mr. Reiner, and I just wanted to give him a shout out as well as because I just want to make sure we got that covered. So okay, now on to the before we start in 2025, we got the drumstick of the day. Now this one is Slipknot. And Slipknot, all the members are numbered 0 to 8, I think 0 to 8, I think. And so this is number 3. They have three percussionists. They have Clown. They have Joey Jordison, or back then they did. And then they have Chris Fenn is number 3. And in the middle of the show, Chris Fenn came out. He went into the audience. We were on the side. The stage is here. We were on the side. And then maybe maybe 8, 10 rows up, and not the first section off the stage. He went deep and just started walking through the crowd and getting everybody going and crazy. And he walked up and he just was going through the crowd, was grabbing him, and he just handed me this drumstick. It's pretty cool. So it's a brand new one. He hadn't played it yet. It's Vic Firth as the maker, and it says number 3, Slipknot. And then it has his little signature
stick.
Pretty dang cool.
Pretty thick unit.
So it was, a hell of a show. Slipknot concert is unlike anything else you'll ever see, and they have their own special brand of insanity, and it's well worth seeing any time. So that's the drumstick of the day.
Anybody else
show and tell?
Anybody who's seen that group can probably attest to that as well.
I wrote a review of one of their concerts once, and I said they seem like the kind of guys that would come into your house, slit your throat, and calmly make a bologna sandwich while they watched you bleed out. So anyway,
but you begin to trust them after a minute.
Well, yeah, they grow on you. But
I mean, they're putting up a lot. Their little shtick is not easy to pull off.
Sure, man, see how much work that is.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice on their part. So yeah, they expect a little.
How hot you get those jumpsuits and all that? Oh man! So that was the first concert I had a photo pass to, and so it was, which is one of the best bands to have a photo pass to, because they're all just crazy masks and crazy outfits, and then they know.
Yeah, never a dull moment. You're like, what do I shoot? Well,
yeah, you realize they're into entertainment because of the way they dress and stuff, so they pose for you, too, when you're a photographer. A lot of times when you're taking pictures, like Mike Muir from Suicidal Tendencies, he's not into the picture thing. So he moves so fast, you could barely get a still picture of him. Because he's just like, whatever. He pays no attention to photographers whatsoever. But Slipknot, they'll pose for you. And I ended up, when I went in there, I saw my friend Tina Hagerling, that takes pictures for the Denver Post, was there, and I didn't know her at that time. I said, hey, can I just tell you something right now? I have no idea what I'm doing, and can you help me make sure my camera's on the right settings and such? And then we happened to be standing right next to the guy who was the official photographer of Slipknot, and he overheard, and he started talking to us, and this is when they didn't take their masks off yet. So he did like their birthday parties and their family gatherings, and as well as their concerts. And he had to sign all these non-disclosure agreements, as you might imagine. And he was just the coolest guy ever. He said, let me tell you exactly how to do this. He said, when they first start, you want to get a picture of Joey Jordison as he's walking to the drum set. Because once he sits behind that drum set, you'll never get a good shot of him for the rest of the show. He said, secondly, the front 3 guys, number 6, number 7, Mick Thompson, number 4, Jim Root, and number 8, Corey Taylor, will pose for you. They'll stand right there. So you get those guys, that's easy. And then Paul Gray comes up, number 2 on the side, and he showed me the exact order of what pictures to take. And it was my first time I ever shot a concert, and I came up with 50 of the incredible pictures.
Yeah, a little foresight and direction is.
It was really cool.
Really good for that.
Really pretty cool. So.
Because again, you got a lot to look at. What are you going to actually focus on? So
seriously. So good
cool.
stuff.
That's
good
cool.
Stuff.
I
Great
mean,
experience.
Part of a thing I like to try to develop is getting these camera angles that are compelling, kind of thing. So it's a fun art.
I love a good camera angle in the morning. LOL. So 2025, another good year. Good ups and downs, as all years are. We saw a ton of concerts, Ledbelly and I. A lot together, a lot not together. And so we were going to talk about some of the most memorable ones that stuck out to us and go from there. What do you think?
Yeah, that was a predisposed topic, and I like it a lot.
Hey, man, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not just saying that. I really do.
Yeah, the 25's rounding up. I know there's a lot of shows I missed this year.
Dang, we did miss too many. That's ridiculous.
But then again, the concert scene it seemed better than last year in some respects. My old roommate Brad Bungle used to say, so many concerts, only one Johnny. Can't get to them all, man. We try. I know, dude. I miss it, bro.
Because
it used to be a lifestyle. It seems so, distilled now.
Well, it's
not even distilled, kind of like,
distilled.
Washed
out. You're not supposed to drive on that. No, so I a couple that jumped right out to me, of course, Metallica was just absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I
mean, just wow, the setup. I mean, it's the sound.
No question.
To have a stadium sound show that sounds that good. Wow.
Yeah, bring the community that enjoys that together and give
Good
them
point.
the best. I mean, hell, they were doing it for 3 years.
There were like 3 generations there, you know.
A crazy tour they just threw off, going like basically around the world with
And the
that
song
stage.
selection was incredible. They opened up with Whiplash on the second night. I mean, my best show of the year was Metallica's Sunday night show at Mile High Stadium.
Yeah,
I still call it Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it was talk about sacrifices.
I mean,
it wasn't
incredible.
a cheap show, but if you missed it, yeah, you know, if I'd have missed it, I'd have been like, you know, why? I probably wouldn't have woke up for a week. But
I mean, Metallica's the show in 1985 that just made me know that I wanted to see concerts for the rest of my life, like a lot of them, because it just did it for me. It was so freaking good. It was Armored Saint and Metallica for $9 at Rainbow Music Hall in 1985 on the Ride the Lightning tour. And it was just a phenomenal show. It was so raw and just like, you know, wow.
that's incredible.
But that was the show that made
You still have a T-shirt from that
I
show.
do still have the T-shirt from that show. It was a jersey, a medium jersey.
Rainbow
It says "Metal
Music
Up Your Ass."
Hall.
I'll wear it next time. So then,
Yeah, legendary. That was their first drop in the city, I believe.
first time they played in Denver,
or
absolutely.
anywhere in the States.
And
so.
they played. I went to the next 23 times they played here. I went to every single one of them. When they played 2 nights, I went to 2 nights at Red Rocks.
And here
3
you
nights
go.
at McNichols.
Here we go with the, like
2 nights
talking.
at Pepsi.
That's the first thing we talk about for concerts of 2025. So
Yeah,
starting in '86.
that's pretty good. 85.
Or
That's
88,
40 years
I mean.
before. Yeah. And during the show, they did. They loved that concert. They always bring it up. So they had footage of the Rainbow Music Hall show, and then it's the sign that says Rainbow Music Hall with their name on the marquee. And so they've had that. And at one point, they had a screen that was showing all these memories and cool. It's like a slideshow kind of thing. And it was really cool.
In Fort Collins still then. Were you?
No, it was before I was graduating high school '86.
Oh,
so it was
okay,
when I
so that
was
makes sense.
junior in high school.
That's the only reason I probably I actually got turned on right about then.
Oh man.
Late in my
My buddy Dave
sophomore year.
Rager, I got to give credit to Dave Rager. He played me "Hit the Lights" in 10th grade. He said, "Let's check this one out, dude." We had already been listening to Maiden and Priest and all that, and he said, "You gotta see this one."
Oh man,
I was like, "Wow, so good."
Yeah, I love that tune.
And my buddy Dave Rager and Scott Spencer, my 2 buddies in 7th grade, they wore a concert T-shirt to school every single day for 7th grade and every single day for 8th grade. They never did wear a concert T-shirt.
I love those guys.
And Dave kept his ticket stubs in his wallet. He had like 70 ticket stubs, and he was only 13, 14 years old.
Yeah,
and so
that was kind of what I was taking notice of too. You know,
and he
it's
had
hilarious.
He went over to his house and he played guitar, a ripping guitar player on a Marshall Stack, and
I was jealous of all the kids that came with the concert shirts, and I'm like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
man, fucking missed that last night. Are you
oh
serious?
man, I remember he had the Ozzy Osbourne one from the Blizzard of Oz tour. At Rainbow Music Hall again with Randy Rhoads.
Right. You
And
didn't
back
see
then, they allowed cameras at the Rainbow Music Hall. They would let anybody bring in any kind of camera they wanted.
Yeah, I
And
took pictures
So
there.
it was amazing. And so that was the first show that did it for me, Metallica.
Incredible that you saw it.
Yeah, and Dave was the one that made me go. He said,
So-
you're going to this show.
So their tour was based on the fact that they would play 2 nights in the same city everywhere they went. So that, ultimizes their stage usage.
Yeah.
And they were able to play entirely different sets.
Oh,
each
entirely.
night.
Entirely.
So
it
this was a
kind of
real
shtick,
draw.
yeah. That was
And
the thing.
you know what, after those shows, like you said, brilliant, dude.
Brilliant.
And I couldn't believe you didn't even mention it when you came up with 6 other,
I know, I
5
didn't.
umpteenth other bands.
Well, it was coming, Ledbelly. Come on.
But-
no.
And yeah, we both witnessed that. In fact, we sat together.
Sat together on Friday night. Yeah, absolutely, we did.
Yeah, so that was,
was
insane, dude. And I
good.
managed to get down on the floor for the end of the Metallica set, and that was a good little event.
Yeah, the floor was good, but it was if you were up front
You couldn't,
by the
yeah.
stage,
If you're on the floor,
weren't,
my height, the only way to have fun is in the
sight lines
pit.
didn't
But
seem like it was as good as it could have been.
that's exactly why I went down there. So.
Yeah, but it was still. I mean, it's the whole thing. It was the sound quality, the stage show, the quality of the playing.
The monitors.
I mean, everything was just right.
Yeah, the set
Everything
list was good.
set list
And of
was
course,
phenomenal.
the opening bands.
So the whole week before, I was singing Whiplash bang your head like you never did before. Make it bleed, make it really sore.
Yeah, and they opened up with it.
And you opened up on Sunday night with it. I was like, no way. I didn't even think they might not play it.
And they played with the legendary
never stop. We're Metallica.
Enemies, or what do you say, adversaries?
Like a maniac. Whiplash.
As their opening act on the very first show, after, what was it, 9 Ice Kills or something opened up, but I missed that. But Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, which you got so much shit. And
which I've not heard a bad review of that yet.
They were like Nickelback for Nickelback, dude. People used to give them so much shit, but they're pretty fucking good, actually.
They were great live in the
really
back
good.
in the day. But
and I've seen West Borland had a side band. They played the Marquee, this tiny little theater in Denver. And he was painted black. He painted his whole body black, like jet black. And I can't remember the name of the band. Was it
right.
Black September? No, I can't remember it. Yeah,
that's right.
I'll remember it in a minute. But that was pretty good. But Limp Bizkit there.
Well, they were always a little, more of a.
Well, the new metal they called them, NU metal.
I guess
it was kind
oddity or conversation thing.
Yeah, you're right. People
because of the crossover,
as a novelty act or something. People kind of
that's
put
what
them
I'm getting at.
But yeah,
but I always enjoyed it because they did throw down, and the crowds usually were very enthusiastic about
Well, I think
doing a little slam dancing and.
Yeah, they pulled it off. People loved it.
Some of their MTV stuff was legendary, I think. And
well, Fred Durst did have a key to the Playboy Mansion, so he wasn't doing too bad.
So anyway, that's
seriously,
an offshoot.
people gave him so much shit.
Just to start that program with that, and then who else was that first night? I can't remember now.
Was it? I don't know.
The second night was Suicidal.
Pantera. Was it Pantera?
Suicidal and Pantera were Sunday, which was alternate to the first time they had toured.
You're right. Fred, I can't remember the other band on Friday.
Friday, it was a good band. I can't even think of it.
It was a good band. We'll think about it in a second. It'll come to us.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's what we need comments.
The one that did it for
our memories.
Comment and tell us what knuckleheads we are for forgetting.
Some people went to shows that we didn't see that completely have no concept, so we need to hear about that.
We love comments. Tell us if you're a Metallica, tell us what you thought about it. And I thought it was the best show of the year. Was the Sunday night was the number 1 show of the year, and Friday night was the number 2 show of the year.
Too much.
That's 2 shows of the year.
No regrets.
No, we don't care. What he meant.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
No remorse.
And then not too far after that, Pantera and they got to jam up at the Birmingham show for Ozzy's last show.
That's the one on our list of regrets for the year. Even though we've only done one so far for the list of pros, but
which I got to witness as live as possible, and there was no letdowns.
Was that your favorite show of the year too, Ledbelly, Metallica, or was it?
Yeah, well, I think that's legendary. I mean, they're both legendary. That's why I have to bring it up, but. I didn't get to go to Birmingham.
Well, you did.
And I know for, personal witness,
but,
I was at both the shows, here in Denver for the Metallica tour, and I was looking forward to it for well over a year. So when they announced it, it was like, yeah, boom.
Well, and they broke Taylor Swift's attendance record because the way the stage was configured, they had a few extra people, and the way they configured it, the attendance could fit. The stadiums could fit a few extra people. So at the end, Taylor Swift, who broke every record in history, they broke her records in terms of attendance, in terms of number of people.
Oh, man. We could talk about that show all night. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's true, we could.
But the Birmingham show, it just occurred to me. In Denver here in the early 90s.
From time to time.
Or not early 90s. Yeah, it was mid-90s.
Which one?
Pantera was going to tour with Black Sabbath, and they canceled not one show, but rescheduled it and canceled the second show, and that never happened. They were on tour together
in the 90s.
Yeah,
wow.
And it just occurred to me. I finally got to see them together at that show when I watched it on the simulcast kind of thing. So
yeah, I watched some of it on the simulcast. Each band that played before Black Sabbath did a Black Sabbath song in their set. And there were some good ones, man. Wow. Well, I think did Metallica did Hole in the Sky? It was really good.
Yeah, I have to see because the glitch on
window in time, through
Wi-Fi.
It I climb.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a great song. And Pantera does that song as well, which is one of my favorite. That's how I got introduced to the song personally.
Wow.
And it's hard to find. Like, it finally came out on one of their compilations. But.
So yeah, Metallica was there. The other one that jumped out to me was Bruce Dickinson. Bruce Dickinson, the legendary lead singer of Iron Maiden, played at the Summit Music Hall, which is on
a
pretty
solo
venue.
tour, correct?
Solo tour. He's got several really good solo albums, and he has just. I mean, people line up to play for him, of course, because he's a legendary performer. I mean, Iron Maiden sold like 150 million albums. He had an all-star band from all around the world.
They're almost as good at marketing that, or coming out with stuff to sell you as Kiss, but they play way better. So
the best merchandise in the history of the world too is Iron Maiden's. I mean,
you can go.
Their graphics.
If you tried to collect their entire catalog, you have to have like a lot of money.
Well, they have. They for a while they were putting out the collector's editions: Iron 1, Iron 2, Iron 3, Iron 4. I think they got up to like. I can't remember, like 13 or something even. And each one was a double gatefold album, and it had different artwork on every single one. There'd be like one cover, one side would have the original artwork from that song, then the other one would be brand new. There'd be two brand new pieces of art in each one. And they opened up, there were two coolest things. So what it would be is like... an Iron Maiden song on A and B on the first one, then an Iron Maiden cover would be on A, the second one, and then the third side would be, or the fourth side would be Nico Speaks.
Yeah.
And Nico would just be blathering on and telling jokes, and it was silly as hell.
Yeah, he just rants to the microphone and amuses himself.
Cross-eyed Mary and women in uniform. I mean, all kinds of things.
That one's a good one. I got that one.
Yeah, is it women in uniform or is it nurses, dirty? I don't remember. But anyway, in terms of artwork and presentation, you cannot beat Iron Maiden. And so Bruce Dickinson played a hell of a show. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. We loved every minute of it. And our buddy's band, Sick, opened up. Was it? Or Romero?
Yeah,
it was Romero. Romero was our buddy Pat Searcy, plays guitar.
Yeah, old guys from Sick.
Legendary Denver, Colorado guitar player.
Which was, you find some of that. I got there.
Romero had a band called Sick for a while there, and then... So that was cool as hell that they opened up.
Delight. He did a Van Halen
Romero's
tribute.
Delight, Van Halen tribute. Yeah. And so that was fun.
I missed them, but you called me up, and I got out of work in time to catch Bruce. Because you had an extra ticket.
That's right. Out of nowhere, there it was. Well, I hit the dang thing. I was buying tickets. They had this thing at Summit Music Hall. Every ticket was $15. There was like a day where every ticket for the rest of the year was $15 with the service charge in it. So I hit it once, and then I hit it again. So I ended up with 4 tickets. So I went to buy 2. So I called old Ledbelly up, said, "Hey, buddy, you're in.
Sir.
You are in."
Yeah, they played Hocus Pocus.
Oh, they played Frankenstein by Edgar
that
Winter
was a different
Group. That was incredible.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
With,
that was really Bruce Dickinson playing the theremin. And bongos. Like the timbales and the theremin.
Yeah, he was doing all kinds of stuff, wasn't he? He was like master ceremonies on that song because it's an instrumental.
Right, that's how I thought the other one, because I got a recording on my phone of
they did
someone
a
else
really good job of that song. I mean, that was really entertaining, highly entertaining.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We were super psyched about that concert.
What else? Did they play Maiden at the beginning of the sets?
I think they did play. They played something. Was it?
But it was definitely a lot of material I wasn't familiar with, but lots of people in the audience were singing along to. So.
Well, one of his famous songs is "Tears of the Dragon," and then he has "The Tower" was what they finished with, and that is just such a great song. It's one of the best opening bass lines riffs that you'll ever hear in your life by a guy named Roy Z. And Roy Z plays guitar and bass, and he's a producer. He also played guitar on one of Halford's tours. He was one of it was Metal Mike on one guitar and Roy Z on another guitar on Halford on the Ogden Theater. Halford with those guys on guitar and Robert Jarzambach on drums, and he had to be the drum head at the end. It was really cool.
Yeah, that one.
But I digress. Man. How we get to this? Oh yeah, Bruce Dickinson. He played. I mean, the show was absolutely just so professional, perfect. I mean, we were so happy.
Yeah, tight, and he was energetic as always. And
it was a small venue and
small stage with a lot of killer players on stage, a bunch of extra instruments.
Wow, were they good? Beautiful bass player girl. Yeah,
fucking packed
Irish
house.
Girl. Packed house, and we knew half the people there. And so that was another great one.
That was
just jumps
a
out
good
at
one.
me.
Local
So,
club kind of show. Yeah, it was good.
what else for you? What do you got, Ledbelly? What was your best shows of the year?
Yeah, I was just coming up with something maybe. Well, I would like to mention my friend Dave Shelton has a festival in the mountains we call the 9420.
Okay.
Which I did I'm starting to put up some of that footage. It's such an amazing place to go have music comp.
You showed me a little of the
companionship
pictures. It
and
looks incredible.
Communion, I like to call it.
Where is it exactly?
It's in between Idaho Springs and Georgetown, kind of.
Gotcha. Okay.
Towards Mount Evans. So it's like he built a stage on the side of the mountain, and the whole weekend we just play music, and like Mount Evans is in the background, and the weather was amazing this week. I mean this year. So I just wanted to make a shout out to him and all my local friends.
Nice.
Good players.
We got a pretty dang good scene here in Denver. We do.
Yep.
We've always gotten incredible national acts because I-25 and I-70 meet in Denver. And so if you're on tour and you're driving the buses from state to state, your chances are you're going to be on 70 or 25 at some point.
Yep.
So you're coming through Denver, might as well, hey, let's stop and play a show. Why not?
That's occurred to me. If I ever moved to anywhere, squirrely, like I had a friend who moved to Hawaii, I'm like, yeah, sorry, sucker.
Squirrely.
Because you don't see any shows out there. There's not going to be. You're not going to be on the beaten path.
That's a good point.
You can become a beach bum maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you're missing them too much if you're in Maui on the beach. But no, that's why.
He went to the hills, is what I.
Well, that's why Iron Maiden did Ed Force One, so they could get to certain islands and stuff that they'd never played before, where people were just going crazy for them.
Wow,
rabid fans. And they'd never played there in their entire band's history. So they retrofitted a 777 to have, had the equipment in one section, the band in the other section, and the roadies and the stage crew and all those guys in another section. And the pilot is Bruce Dickinson, lead singer of Iron Maiden. Flies the dang plane. What can't that guy do?
Yeah, that was their
Olympic
first
fencer.
wide body that they used.
Oh, yes. I love a good wide body.
He'd flown several aircrafts on tour before.
Oh, yeah, he can do whatever
They've
he
had
wants.
like 4 or 5, I think.
Man.
Different aircraft, so they've configured to be the tour bus.
He's a talented mofo. And then they have Iron Maiden, the Trooper Ale. They make their own beer, too. I mean, guys are just outrageous. They're so good.
Yeah, amazing
so anyway,
band. Yeah, I can't say enough. That's why we like talking about music, is because we kind of live out there with it, watching it go, and
yes.
See,
we live it. Some people sing
there's
rock
a lot
and roll
of
lyrics. Some people live
longevity
rock and roll lyrics.
to people that enjoy what they're doing, and obviously these people do. And
Oh man, they don't miss a note. Iron Maiden was Bill Contra. They'll play a million notes and they won't miss one. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's just
known me since high school when I was
like wow.
Oh, that's kind of controversial. The number of the beast.
Oh yeah, number of the beast. So devil worshippers.
Sensationalism. Maybe they're just a flash in the pan, or just devil
flash
worshippers.
of a blade. Oh wait, that's different.
Yeah, that was the album before that.
There we go. Older reference lost on younger viewers, sir.
Yeah.
So Wolfgang Van Halen was another great one.
Brilliant. Wolfie,
he's really good. We loved Wolfie.
Hitting the stage with chops and.
I mean, he's got
great band.
He has to. He plays every instrument. He sings. The first time we saw Wolfgang, I walked in. I was upstairs at the Ogden Theater getting a drink, and I heard this voice. I'm like, I didn't know they had a woman singer. And I turned around, it was Wolfie. He's just got a really high voice.
He's trained to do some different things.
Yeah, he does drums and guitar and bass. But on this tour, he was playing guitar up front and the vocalist.
He took the place of Michael Anthony, who had a famously high
yes,
pitch.
He did. Yes, he did. On the Van Halen tour, he was reunited with Dave, Diamond Dave.
His original job suited is why he sings that way. Who knows? He talks that way too, though. He introduces the band. He just sounds like the kid next door. Really,
he's so cool though. Cause he has a lot of pressure because when we first attended the show and first started hearing him, we're like, what's he going to sound like? Is he going to copy his old man? Is he going to do this? What is he going to do? So there's a lot of people just like waiting for him to. Just do a repeat or ride the coattails kind of thing. But he didn't. He came up with almost his own little sound. It was rock and roll, but I don't know. It was hard to describe, but it's his own little tweak on it, and it was really impressive. And then on this show, he did a tweak, but then his new album is kind of Van Halen-like with lots of tapping and shredding and good stuff.
Right, yeah. He's showcasing and
but because he already proved himself
tunes.
on the first one, He said, okay, I'm not my dad, I'm me. But my dad did teach me how to do this.
Oh yeah, that was
cool.
amazing. The last song you showcased.
Last song was just, I mean, it was like, is that Eddie up there?
Yeah, his tone and
playing so well.
speed
Tone was just, you're right, it was
and
tone.
just grinning and picking.
Having a blast. You're right. Good stuff. So that was another one that jumped out to me. What about you, Ledbelly? Give us another one.
Yeah.
You said Sir Paul. Weren't you talking about Sir Paul?
Oh, absolutely. I got to.
You got to see Paul McCartney this summer.
It wasn't long after another one we need to mention, which was late in the summer. I lost my phone in Colorado Springs, and I knew my friend was coming to the Paul McCartney show, so I was like, "Hey, can you meet me? Bring my phone." I got a hold of him on Facebook, right?
Wait, because we were at the Alice Cooper show at the Springs. Is that why?
Yeah. See, there's reading between the lines. Good man.
Right. That's right. You lost your
That's
phone.
another thing.
Oh man, that's another one.
That's another thing, man.
So that was not back to back with Sir Paul.
Same week. Same weekend.
Same week.
So it was like 2 or 3 days. It was 2 days later.
2 days later, exactly.
And I go down to meet him, and I park my car downtown in a shitty spot because I'm already running late because of traffic, and they're waiting for me, and he's always early to shows. And all of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, Ledbelly, we got your phone, and the good news is free ticket for Paul McCartney." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to repack, and my phone is completely dead. And how do you get the ticket, right?"
I'm Paul McCartney, dippy-doo to dippy-dee.
So, yeah, luckily my friends love me enough to have some tolerance and wait for me to park my car in the garage and then wait in line and take me in on their ticket instead of transferring it to my phone, which was completely dead.
Yes, right. They could transfer.
And, so they had to wait for me a little bit.
What did we do before cell phones?
And we were second row from the top, and I tell you what, my very first Coors Field show, my only complaint was the, latency and the sound Doppler effect, but not in sync with the video per se. But
touch off,
dang, if he didn't throw to the greatest show. I mean, the guy did like 30-something songs.
It was a really good show.
And half of them were like sing-alongs. These people are so good.
Goes on.
And good riffs.
And then Wings, he's got great songs.
Even solo by himself up there on ukulele and guitar.
What is he, 84? Something like that?
Yeah.
And he's killing it up there, dude.
82 or 84,
I mean,
I can't remember.
If you're tired, if you're in your 50s, 60s, whatever, you're tired, then, come on, buddy. Take it up a notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Paul's working us over. He's making us look bad over here.
I was pretty impressed.
I was very impressed.
Of course, for, saving the $200 or $300.
Right, I didn't pay for my ticket either, thank God.
But, no complaints. Even though my friend, they happened to get an upgrade from a lady that we met at Judas Priest that didn't want to go all of a sudden. She had a $700 ticket down on the floor. It became nothing but a nightmare to get to his seat because everybody's looking for their ticket on their phone at the same time. So, yeah, he was a little dismayed at the show, even though he had better seats.
Yeah, it's a different thing, too. It's a factor in his...
you can't...
a negative event, bad luck.
It wasn't only him. It was lots and lots of people like, okay, I can't even get this,
Just trust me, bro. I'm in the front row, okay?
All right. And that's all just, take me right down front. Seating down there. It's not general admission, so...
Yeah,
they had to try to figure out, and I don't think it went well.
I don't think it was quite as good as Judas Priest and Alice Cooper, which was 2 nights before.
Yeah.
Wow, what a show that was, man.
Crazy.
So one of the themes of the concerts over the last even like 10 years or so is the old guys are outplaying the young guys in a big way. Alice Cooper, I believe, 77. Rob Halford, frontman for Judas Priest, 76. And Paul McCartney's 84, and there's three of the best bands we saw ever.
Yeah, well, Metallica isn't getting any.
Metallica's no spring chicken. That's true too. But
we got to see Suicidal. They've been around since before Metallica.
And you go see some new young band, and they're like hour and a half. They're like, thank you, good night. We're like, that's it. That's all you got.
Literally, one of their ex-members' sons plays in it. And Suicidal. Suicidal's bassist is Robert Trujillo's son.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So there's
Metallica's bass player Robert Trujillo.
You're talking about
who used to play for Suicidal Tendencies, of course. You were saying.
Yeah.
Who used to also play for Infectious Grooves.
Infectious.
Sorry, Simeon's here.
So the McCartney show. I think the best part was, I don't know. just being a witness to it, really.
Just being a witness to a Beatle.
And it was all great.
Yeah, Paul McCartney is.
John
and I went around to the pub, and we cooked up this little tune, it's called Rocky Raccoon. Hope you like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crowd couldn't have been more into. I've never seen a more interactive kind of.
Oh man, were people happy? Sing along with that one. I mean, Beatles, you know their lyrics to their songs whether you want to or not. You have no choice because they were so ubiquitous.
Well, it was.
I mean, for history of
not unlike the Black Sabbath.
Decades. Not very unlike Black Sabbath, dude. The old people that are like my mom's age.
Well, there's
they
just
don't
different
know Black Sabbath. They know Beatles. So
I'm just saying that the Ozzy show, it's the same thing, but. Of course, yeah. There's a whole bigger demographic that loves Paul McCartney.
Like we mentioned earlier, Ozzy's kind of heroes were the Beatles,
and that's the truth, isn't it? That's another remarkable part about the whole discussion. Is that guy's gone and Paul is still here.
The other thing I wanted to mention though is about concerts lately is that. The thing about COVID, one of the few good things about COVID is everyone had 2 years to practice. So every band you see now is kicking so much ass because they practiced every day for 2 years and got everything just perfect. They weren't in a time crunch or a rush because they had no shows. So they all got together and wrote new music and just worked on their chops and got them so pinpoint, precise that, it's just... We're the beneficiaries of that. It's only a few good things about COVID.
I love it.
Almost every band I see now is really, really freaking good. The sound is really, really good, and the notes are really perfect and crisp. But everything is just, it's just set up. It's just perfect because they had 2 years to perfect it. So
and now, if you want to sit up close to see it, you got to pay a premium.
You got to pay a bit.
That's always been the case.
Concerts are expensive these days, for sure.
Red Rocks and even anywhere now has got these tiered pricing. I couldn't believe I looked for Who tickets at the stadium, or not Who. Who's coming? AC/DC's coming.
I try.
And stadium seats, even
come on,
nosebleeds are like $150.
Yeah,
and even anywhere. On the first level is almost.
That's going to be a good. I know it's outrageous, man. It's going to be a good show to do some parking lot interviews. I got one of those new Rode microphones. He goes, the reporter. They call it the reporter microphone.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some Johnny Concert parking lot interviews on that show. That is going to be good stuff. Well, good chat, Ledbelly. We obviously tilt towards metal, but that's just the better shows.
Metal continues, man. And there's another one. I don't know if Zach Sabbath was this year. I was trying to.
Oh, Zach Sabbath. No, he's March or April. Zach Sabbath.
It's coming up, but I can't remember if that was this year.
And it's Black Label Society and Zach Sabbath.
He's constantly working. And
he's one of the hardest working men in show business. Zach Wild.
Throw out to Zach and
good stuff. We love him. Great guy.
Love to see. Any comments about the show?
We love comments.
Things we left out, and of course there's
we
shows
left out
we
a lot
missed.
because we just talk so much. But that's because we're into rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, well, we're reflecting, and we need your reflections as well.
Some deep reflections, deep thoughts by Jackie.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Ledbelly. That was good stuff. And please tell us what your best concert of the 2025 was, or memorable moments. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the road. Rock on.